Hello, Kingdom people. I greet you and I salute you all over the world. I'm so happy to have you today. As you can see, by God's grace, I am in good health, and I believe you too. You're in good health wherever you are. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Shout out to you. And if you're joining us for the very first time, you're welcome indeed to this family. And make sure you become this part of this family by subscribing to the channel so that you can see the video more often. So today we're talking about something which is so relaxing, so refreshing, and I believe you'll be able to get inside of you and to be able to realize what are we talking about today. And today we're talking about, are you tired? Are you disappointed for things that are repeating in your life, for repetition of mistakes, the petition of discouragement? There's nothing that is working. There's nothing that is moving. You're trying to heal. You're trying to coming out from this addiction. You're trying to come out from this poverty. You're trying to get back to your feet again. You want to make a difference in your life, and you want to be this virtuous woman. You want to become this decent man. You want to attain this good character that you're desiring for yourself. You want to achieve this career, but it seems like something is putting you behind. Something is taking you behind, and now you are exhausted of pushing forward, and you're just tired. I want to tell you one thing: the journey of healing, the journey of coming back, the journey of finding yourself, the journey of achieving any goals is not the same. My journey is not the same to your journey, and the journey you have is the same to you. Is different from your friend. It's different from people that you aspire or people that are motivating you. It's different, and I want you to be the first mindset you have, that your journey is different. So stop comparing yourself with another person's journey, because whenever you compare yourself with another person's journey, you make yourself in a place of competition, and you start feeling like you're not good enough. I am not doing enough. Maybe I'm not that strong like others. Maybe I'm not meant for this. But I want you to take yourself. I want to give you this as an example. I love vacation. I love exploring. I love adventure. And there are two kinds of adventure. Number one, there's this adventure where you take your snacks, you pack your drinks, and then you enter in this cute van or a cute bus, and you just go for a solo trip. You have no specific destination. You just want to enjoy the nature. And when you're walking towards the road and you're moving towards the road, any part you meet, it's worth the adventure. It's worth, like when you say cute spot, you park your car, you park your transport, and then you go take a picture to that place. You start enjoying. You let the environment breathe on you. You let the culture breathe on you. You want to see everything. You want to take picture with the people, to eat the food. And because you don't have any destination, the destination is enjoyment, satisfaction, and feeling at ease. That's your destination. So your solo trip is like whenever you're just getting tired, you come back home. You sleep wherever you land. There's no destination. But not everybody's journey is the same. Not everybody's journey is adventurous. Other people's journey, they're like hiking. You need to carry your water and carry your strength. And you need to hike, and your destination is to reach at the peak. And as you're going to the peak, you need more water. You need more energy. You need more breath. You need more breath. You need more water. You need more breath. You need more strength. And now you're in the middle of the peak, and the journey is not adventurous. It's tiring. Because hiking, the beauty of hiking is that beautiful picture you took on top of the mountain, and you said, I made it. See how far I came from that down, but now I'm here. It feels so satisfaction, but that satisfaction you felt when you're already on top. But when you are in between the journey, it doesn't feel like it. You feel like suffocation. You feel like you're tired. You feel like this is a bad idea. Who brought me here? Like, why did I brought myself here? I want you to take this thing. I want to tell you, I've been in a lot of hiking in my life. A lot of hiking. that I didn't know that I can be here today. I didn't know that I can achieve what God has enabled me to achieve. I didn't even believe that I can be sitting here recording this video, talking to you. This is the journey that I'm telling you, that hiking, it may feel hard, but you're almost there. And I want you to please relax and breathe. Take this moment and breathe. I know you are in the middle of hiking and you're tired and you sit down, you don't want to do anything, but I want to tell you, you know what? Breathe. I love what the usually say, breathe in, breathe out. You did a great job. You have reached today, you have done a great job. Now breathe. Breathe wherever you are. Breathe. And I want to ask you these following things, and I want you to take inventory. I want to go inside of you and to answer this question honestly, because when you answer them, you'll get the strength to stand up and to go forward. How are you? How are you, my sister? How are you, my auntie, my grandma that you're watching this video, my brother, my friend that are watching this video? How are you? And I know it's very easy to say, I'm okay, because we usually lie to people, I'm okay, but in reality we're not. Can you identify the feeling you're going through inside of your mind, inside of your heart? How are you? And name that feeling. Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Are you lost of breath? Are you feel like crying? You feel like giving up? Motherhood is tough. To being a father has become so hard. To finish your school has become so difficult. Paying school fees has become hectic. Are you feeling worthless? Are you feeling loss of value? Are you feeling there's no purpose in life? Are you feeling like giving up? Are you feeling like tired? You've carried the weight in your shoulder. How are you feeling? And after you know what you're feeling, I want you to tell you one thing. There's this story in the Bible about the Israelites, that God delivered them from captivity from Egypt, and He promised them that He will take them to the promised land, a land where there's milk and honey, the land where there's a lot of fruits, the land that doesn't lack food, the land that is so beautiful, the land that they were going to experience rest and freedom. Every Israelite was anticipating about that promised land that God has promised to them, that I can't wait to reach there. And they spent 40 years walking tirelessly at night and day to go to meet that promised land that they don't see. And everybody in this world has their promised land. That promised land that you're desiring. That promised land that you can't, whenever you wake up in the morning, you close your eyes, you see that promised land. You see become that achieving that career. You see become that good mother. You see that you're getting married. You see that you're finishing your degree. You see that you're achieving this goal that you achieved. You have done that business. You have started that company. Whenever you close your eyes, you see that you're becoming that successful person in the world. You see it. I remember when I was a baby, not even too young, I was just finishing my Form 6. I don't know how the country, how they call it, but I was in Form 6. I was finishing secondary. You go to Form 5 and Form 6 before you go to university. And my results were not okay. They were not allowing me to go to university. I was so discouraged. Very discouraged. And my dream, whenever I wake up in the morning, I want to be a doctor. I saw myself as a doctor. I've never saw myself in a different person than being a doctor. And I was like, Jesus. It's like my life was being shattered in front of my eyes, and all I can see is darkness. And I was like, I need to give up, but I don't know even how to give up, because how can I tell my future me that I am not a doctor? That is something that was creaking in my mind. My canon was being a doctor. My promised land was being a doctor. And I remember those days in my area, local area in Tanzania. I'm staying at Buswelu area. I was writing application all night. I'm sending application to people for scholarship, telling them I want to study cardiology. I want to help people to recognize their disease, heart diseases. I want to help, and nobody replied from that scholarship forms. But I was declaring my promised land. What is that promised land you have? What is that thing that when you achieve it, you will say like, I made it? What is that thing? Can you name that thing? Like, this is my promised land. This is what I want to become. This is who I am. This is what I can become. This is what I want to tell my kids that I have achieved. Mommy did this. Daddy did this. What is that thing? What is that promised land? And after you know your promised land, I want you to know, what is that giant that stood between you and your promised land? What is that giant that is in the middle between you and your promised land? Between you and your peak of your mountain? What is that giant? We see it in the Bible. When they reach, Moses sent a spy to go to spy the Canaan city so that they can know. He sent people to spy about that promised land, about that dream that God was telling them to spy on there. But some of the people came with the bad news. They came and tell Moses. This is Numbers 13, verse 33. He said that then we saw the giant, the descendant of Anak, came from the giant, and we were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we were in their sight. What is that giant that makes you feel like you are little? What is that giant that makes you feel like you cannot achieve it? What is that giant that makes you feel like you cannot become, that you need to go back to start over? What is that giant that makes you feel like you cannot become that person? What is that giant? The giant, when I want to study YouTube channel, is like, I'm not good in English. I don't know to speak English. I'm from Tanzania. We speak Swahili. That's what we know. That's our language. That's what we speak. I don't know perfect English. I'm not born in Britain. So every time I was telling myself, I can never study YouTube. I don't know English. I don't know. I'm not good enough. I cannot speak in the camera. I cannot sit in the camera. I'm disqualifying myself every day. What is that giant that always speaks? Is it excuses? Is it procrastination? Is it pressure from people? Is that anxiety? Is because people say you cannot do it? Is it past experience that you're being a failure? Is it failure of trying? Or failure of people's expectation? What if you don't succeed when you started it? Identify that giant. And I want you to ask you another thing. What do you know? Whenever God always brings promise before He brings provision. Before God gives you something, He always gives you a promise. The Bible is telling me in Genesis that God created the light. And then when I thought maybe God, in our natural life, whenever we see the light, we must see the sun. But the Bible says God created the light before even the sun, because God created the sun on verse 4 of Genesis 1. But He created first the light. So God created the light, then He brought the sun. God is calling Abraham the father of nations, and Abraham doesn't have children. God is telling the country that is in captivity in Egypt, He's telling them that you inherit the promised land, and they are still in bondage. God always gives us a promise before He gives us provision. What is that promise that God has given to you? What is that thing that you believe from inside of you, that I believe I can become this? Even if you don't see that result, God has promised you. Hold that believing. Hold that what God is telling you and believe it. Do you believe what you know? Do you believe of the dream you are dreaming? Do you believe about those vision boards that you're making? Do you believe of you becoming what you desire to become? Do you believe it? You know, fear and faith, they need the same effort to achieve them. They need both of them, their expectation. Both of them, they want you to believe on something. Faith comes by hearing the word of God. fear comes by hearing of the word of the devil. They both want you to expect something. What are you expecting? Are you expecting that God will show up? Are you expecting you will achieve it? Are you expecting that when you apply for a job this time you will get it? Are you expecting that you will try to do this business and you will succeed? Or are you expecting that you will fail? You're expecting people will laugh at you. You expect people will mock you. You're expecting that you're a loser. You expect that nobody can choose you. You're expecting nothing better can come out of you. What are you expecting? What are you feeding in your expectation? Are you expecting good or are you expecting bad in your life? I want you to ask yourself, I have a bike and the energy I'm using to accelerate is the same energy I'm using to reverse. So are you busy reversing your life or are you busy accelerating your life? Because they both need the same energy. The energy you're using to doubt yourself every day and telling yourself you cannot do it is the same energy you can do it. It's the same energy you can tell yourself, you know what, Lillian, I can do it. I can do it. I can start this thing and I will prosper. It's the same energy. You don't need any muscular energy. You don't need any dramatic energy. You just need to do it. Do you remember what God told you? Do you believe what you know? Do you believe what God has spoken to you? Do you believe it? I love what Joshua came and told Moses after the entire country want to go back. These people, they decided to find their own leader and say like, we'll go back to Egypt. And maybe that's the situation you're having right now. You're tired in a way that you want to climb down the mountain. You say like, I'm tired of trying for this marriage. I'm tired of trying in this job. I'm tired of trying to stop this addiction. I am tired to move on. I cannot move from this person. I cannot forgive myself. I am tired. It's better to give up. And Joshua is standing up and he's telling them in Numbers. When you get time, read Numbers 13 and Numbers chapter 14. It will really bless your heart. And Joseph, he said that if the Lord delight us, then he will bring us into the land and give it to us. A land which flows milk and honey. Only do not rebel against the Lord, nor fear the people of the land. Moses is giving the hope to this Israelites. He's telling them this land we will conquer. If God has delighted in us, if God has promised us that we will inherit this land of milk and honey, we'll achieve it. God will give it unto us. God needs a little faith on this mountain. God needs only a little faith, a mustard seed faith. He said in the word, you can cast this mountain and throw it in the ocean. Just a mustard seed, just a little prayer, that a little faith, that a little. God wants you to have that. God wants you to have that. Have you continued praying for the dream that God is telling you? Are you praying for them? Or you are tired, you don't want even to pray for things that God has promised you to He will give you. Are you still praying for them? Or you're tired, you don't want even to pray for them? This is the time you need to get up and to do it. As long as God has delight to give you that promised land, I'm here to tell you as a cheerleader of dreams that you can have that promised land. Look on top of the mountain and tell this mountain, I'm coming to you and I'm going to reach it. Speak it to yourself and believe it. And believe it. I believe this morning this message will become like a motivation to you, that you can achieve anything that God has promised you to achieve. You're about to become something greater. You're about to achieve that one. And I want to congratulate you. Congratulations to achieving on top of the mountain. And believe it. Start to believe that promised land that God has given to you, that you have achieved it and have accomplished it, and see you on the top. Because that's where you belong. Thank you so much. Have a blessed morning. Ciao.